What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Young Gun Outdoors, and today is all about hunting trucks and accessories to make your season easier. So the truck that I have is a 2021 Toyota Tundra SR5, and it's got the TRD off-road package. I got this truck last September after I had an accident with my other Tundra. Originally I had a 2018 double cab SR5, and while we were out teal hunting, me and my friend Brett Lawless had an accident and went off of a levee and completely totaled the truck. So I had a decked in my last vehicle, a decked drawer system, and I had thousands of dollars worth of gear in there between me and the 3 or 4 other guys that I was hunting with. And if it wasn't for this system right here, I would have lost probably everything if that stuff was just sitting in the back of my truck. And I've got to shout out Decked, because after the accident I emailed them and I thanked them for the product that they made and for saving me all of that money. And the people at Decked were kind enough to go ahead and send me a brand new deck system free of charge for this vehicle here. So I love the company, and I will probably never have a truck that doesn't have their system in it. I'm going to walk you through everything that is on the deck system. So first and foremost, the biggest part, you have 2 drawers that pull out probably 3/4 of the way of your truck bed, and then they actually go back a little bit past the edge of this for an extra little bit of storage there. So right now I've got a 135 piece Craftsman tool set in here with the original box, extra tripod just in case I need it, and then I've had my saddle gear in here for a while just because I've been practicing climbing every once in a while. And in this one right here, everything that's in the left drawer stays this way year round. I've got recovery equipment back here, and I'll also show you these boxes here. They started including these with the purchase, I want to say maybe around a year ago, maybe a little bit longer. But this is I believe it's called the D box. And this box right here, I could keep a few more things in it. I usually have a jump box in here. That's in the boat right now. I keep an air compressor in here just in case we have a flat tire, and I keep a tow rope in here just in case somebody gets stuck or I get stuck and need a tow, or someone breaks down and you got to tow them, whatever you want to use it for. And then, like I said, usually keep a jump box in here and a few other things. In this smaller D box, which is also included when you buy one now, I've just got a few oddball tools. I got a lighter in here, drill bit, and then I've got some decoy string down here left over from duck season, and a few other things in there. Nothing too crazy, but when hunting season rolls around, I'll repurpose this box and put whatever I need to in there. This truck sits a little high now, so I got that jack there from like Harbor Freight or Tractor Supply, somewhere like that, and then just the original lug nut wrenches in there. And then right here, this also pulls out very easy. I don't know what they call this, but it just goes right here in the front of the box. And I've got some Walker headphones in there for when I go shooting or go to the range, extra pair of sunglasses, and then probably, 7 or 8 ratchet straps in there for when we're loading up four wheelers or side by sides or just whatever. So that is pretty much the drawers. I believe these have, I'll have to look it up on the website. I'll put it right here below me, but I'm pretty sure these have a 500-pound weight limit. So now we're moving to the top of the deck system. Like I said, this thing goes all the way, fills up the entire bed, and it's probably about 10 to 11 inches high. So you will lose about 11 inches of the height of your bed, but that's where this rack system comes in, which we'll talk about in just a minute. I know the top of this system has a 2,000 pound weight limit. So I've seen people put their four-wheelers up here. I've seen them put lumber, concrete blocks, pretty much anything you could want to put up there. This thing is going to have no problem handling. And even before I had this rack system, I never had a problem with stuff flying out or anything like that. They also make a VersaTrack system that you can put on here. I don't have it because I put D-loops higher up on the bed so I can tie ratchet straps to that. But it is a very useful system, especially if you have a gunner kennel or something like that. The last thing that these things have are the ammo cans, which are in all four corners. So this top right here just pops off, and these are not waterproof, so I would not recommend keeping anything valuable or anything that can't get wet in there. Honestly, I use mine as a trash can most of the time, just because I don't care if trash gets wet. So next we're going to move on to the rack system that I have on the truck. It is a Leitner Designs ACS system. I've got the aluminum frame so that it's a little bit lighter. I believe the other one they make is steel, so it's quite a bit heavier. But I went with this one just to reduce some weight, especially since I have this back here and it can get pretty heavy really fast. So everything that I got for this truck, I made it for the sole purpose of taking on our hunting trips, because typically we will take my truck with 2 or 3 guys, and I like to keep the back seat as clean as possible, because I don't like stuff being crowded back there, and I like the people sitting in the back to be comfortable. And you wouldn't be able to tell if you just saw my truck every day, but when we're going on longer trips or hunting trips, that's what I like to do. So I have the XL gear pod here, and so they make different sizes. These X's here are actually the size of one box that they make. I don't remember the name that they call them, but I am going to link their website in the description so you can see all the things that they offer. But this is the XL gear pod. This is the biggest one that they make. So that just flips right up. And during hunting season, I will keep boots and waders mainly in here. If I'm by myself, I will keep my boots in here still. And then I'll add a few other things like a backpack, or I can actually keep my sticks, my platform, and my saddle right here. So I just jump out of the truck, flip that open, grab what I need, and then I'm out. So this thing is very helpful. It is completely waterproof, and I've never had any problems with water getting in it unless I forget to like close this, or I only close one side of it sometimes. So this thing has some room in there, and water or dust or something could get in there. But when it's completely sealed off, it has no problems keeping your stuff dry and keeping dust off of it and dirt and everything like that. It's been really good for me, and we've never had any problems with it. So moving on to the passenger side of my truck, on the ACS system, I went with 2 of the mounting brackets, and these mounting brackets have holes all over it, different places, different sizes, so you could pretty much mount anything to it. They make mounts that go on it. I've seen a lot of overland guys will put shovels and axes and stuff up here. You can mount pretty much anything here. I've also started using these 2 brackets here as like an anchor point for straps or something like that. Honestly, I'm going to go back eventually and I'm going to get the single gear pod to put right here. I would like to get that recovery equipment that I have in the deck system out of there and into a single gear pod here, just so I open up a little bit more room in the deck system. And that's all for the passenger side of the ACS system. Finally, moving on to the top of the ACS system, you have 2 bars back here. One is set in place and does not move, and then the second one here has some little turn points here. Loosen those up, and now I can adjust this bar however I'd like. So this thing is super useful for if you needed to put something on top, or I've also seen people put like a piece of aluminum or some wood up here as like a platform for like tailgating or watching sports events. I've seen them do it for scouting. I've considered putting a piece up here for when we're scouting. This gear pod here is super sturdy and it's not going anywhere, so I will just step right up here, stand on these bars right here, and then I'll take my binoculars, and then you can see you know, a little bit further. And also it's just nice to be up higher to, you know, if there's like hills or anything, sometimes you can get a vantage point. So everything I just showed you here, I've really enjoyed all of it. There are a few things that I'm going to change. Like I said, I'm going to get the single gear pod for the passenger side and probably remove one of the mounting plates. I think it would just fit my needs a little bit more. But if you don't have a deck system and you are primarily traveling during the wintertime to hunt, or if you're a fisherman, if you're in the service and you have to carry a bunch of range gear, I've even seen people that use this for like their handyman services or construction. They'll put tools or you know, whatever they need to in there. They do make it for majority of truck models. Some of the longer beds, they don't make it, but some alternative ones will fit it. You'll just have a little bit of gap in the back, and I've seen people do that. So if you don't have any of these accessories, let's see. So if you have been interested in getting any of these accessories or looking for a rack or an organization system for the back of your truck, I highly recommend Decked. They're a great company. Customer service is phenomenal. So that is everything I have on my truck. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe, hunt hard, and we'll see you next time.